Shut the fuck up. We're making base science over here. Right? Liver. Full moon. Makes you high. Makes you almost escape the matrix. See through the construct we live in. Which one do we go first today? Let's go raw chicken today. That raw liver goes crazy in your tummy. Makes your state of being so freaking best. I already made a video called Raw Meat Changes You. And some of you, I understand some of you don't really get the raw meat yet. But man oh man. The amount of clarity and the amount of calm but very intense energy you get from raw meat. You need that if you wanna break free from the matrix. At least that's where base science is at the moment. It makes sense, historically speaking. All the best warriors in history, they ate blood of animals and maybe sometimes even their enemies. You know what these elites, what they drinking? But these warriors, blood, always heavy on the meat. A lot of raw meat usually. Probably mixed in with cooked meat. Sometimes raw dairy. They are always the strongest. And I do feel it. Maybe it's just coincidence that when I started to eat raw meat, I could see the most clear I have ever seen this reality. Maybe it was just my time, because it's been a gradual progress. But to me it seems like raw meat played a big role. Food is one of the most important things you can do to change your state of being, change your physical being, and change your mental being. It's huge. It's also one of the things you can affect most easily yourself, because you cannot control these other people. But I'm always been different from the normal normies, or most people. For example, one of the big things in the slave mindset is to put your identity on things, because you want that attention, because the system is not built to appreciate you as a human being. You have to give something to the system. Then it appreciates you, but that's not how human beings are in nature. Human beings in nature just live in the moment. They don't need any of the extra shit. They don't need any attention except from their loved ones. But we don't got that this much. So we try to get attention from the whole world. So we do all these things that lead to nowhere. The end point is here. Many artists that have some sort of introspection, like many, realize this. When they get really famous, big, people love their art. It might be music, it might be comedy, movies, maybe actors a little bit different. They seem to be like the ultimate NPCs, but comedians for sure, musicians, definitely some, writers, poets, definitely some philosophers. Like they understand when the normies start to idolize their message, but it doesn't change them. The message, it resonates, but it's not enough to break free. This artist get it, some. And then they get kind of depressed. They did all this great work to enlighten other people, but they just don't get it. Because you cannot think yourself into that state of being. You actually have to feel it yourself. That's the only way to know. That's the only way to know anything. You have to feel it yourself. I can talk about the benefits of raw chicken, raw liver, raw meat, this or that practice. And you can conceptualize it in your head. Sounds really good. But in the end, if you don't, same with reading any good inspiring book, this really hit the spot. Makes me really think. Or some motivational video. Now I'm finally gonna change. But most of it really leads to nowhere. But anyway, we like to box ourselves. I'm good at this and that. Then we base our whole identity to these couple things. We're kind of better than other people. And then other people encourage that because they kind of look up to us if you're better than them in those things. I've been there many times in my life because I'm pretty good at some athletic things and people look up to me. And they try to box me. You're this, you're that. And I never sit or sat well with me. I'm like, that's just freaking one most part of my being. And really, it's mostly just my genetics. I'm just naturally better than you. This really, like I didn't do this cool move or I got this strength or whatever. But in the end, who freaking cares? Nobody just can be in this system. There's no being anymore. Many people that go visit the tribes or whatever, they always say that the people in there, they're just living in the moment. They don't think too much about this or that. They're just in the moment, enjoying life. But we have to do this or that extra shit to try to impress other people. So maybe we get some resources out of them. Then we try to mask that shit to be some kind of inspirational thing. Some groundbreaking thing. This gonna give that false hope to other people. You can be like me also if you just work hard enough. Can you though? Maybe you can. If you're naturally gifted. But should you make those sacrifices to make it happen? Is the end goal really that good? The other part of the slave mindset of identifying with things is obviously the classic divide and conquer. These things I'm doing are so much better than those things you are doing. This is how you do it, not like that. When in the end it doesn't even matter how you do it. Nothing you do matters. It doesn't give you any meaning as a human being. It's just your way to cope inside of this system we live in. And then you try to make this cope sound real fancy as shit to other people so they can look up to you. But yeah, it creates these teams about things that don't matter at all. But because you live in such a delusions, you think they're the only thing that matters. You do deep. You fell for the trap. It also makes people incredibly narcissistic. So many people crazy narcissistic these days because all these mirrors and Instagram stories and whatever. It really disconnects you from the present moment and disconnects you from your humanity in a way. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Remember to do your science, because